You like talking about fighting. I do. I do. It's not even I like talking about fighting. Sometimes people be needing hands put on them. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports. I just never could do it. Because it goes right back into that other category what I was telling y'all.
Papoose having a new boo thing. She was a boxer and Papoose didn't want to make the relationship public yet. Well, it turns out that boxer girlfriend is actually Claressa Shields. And let's just give Claressa her flowers first. She is the first American female to win an Olympic gold medal and a 13-time championship belt holder. And the only human to ever become undisputed in 3-8 divisions simultaneously. And the only thing I'm wondering is how can someone who's as accomplished and ambitious as this tie themselves to the mess that is Papo and Remy Ma. Claressa has a movie about her life coming out around December 25th. And that's why she and P were trying to keep the relationship on the low, but Remy Ma was like, F you and your movie. She was able to get Pap's phone while he was sleeping and sent all the messages between him and Claressa to her phone. Then she posted some of the messages saying, quote, dumb fell asleep on the phone with at Claressa Shields laying in my house. He refuses to leave. This be supposed to be a world champion boxer and gets scary hung up soon. Block captain after Papoose held her down, and it looks like she was tired of people painting her as the only one stepping out. But just don't. Remy and Papoose have a type though. They basically chose each other again, but in different fonts. Remy had folks shook when she finally revealed who Papoose was messing with, and let me tell you, Papoose wasn't going to stay off the internet anymore. He quickly responded with a post of his own saying, quote, sad to say that Remy Ma is a narcissist. She chose to cheat repeatedly. Now that I finally moved on, she's playing the victim. I have requested a divorce numerous times. She rather clout chase on social media than handle this like civilized adults. I did not want to do the social media foolishness for the sake of my 6-year-old baby. She has to go to school. As you can see, I remained quiet through it all, end quote. Now if you ask me, I don't think he went scorched to earth on whatever was left of their marriage. She released more messages between Pap and Claressa, where Claressa was asking Pap to handle his issues with Remy. Before it got messy, Remy posted a message saying, quote, Papoose, you effing dummy. Hey Miss Shields, he took your advice but not before I screenshot y'all combo and he was getting me arrested. The woman that never effed off on him in 17 years while plotting with one of his chicks to try to destroy me. The same woman that could have been used my platform to expose you. I got all your pics and messages from the chicks while I was away and he was quote unquote holding me down. Sidebar, he's about to say he wrote me rhymes. Imagine that. And if anything's about me, it was him, cause he threatened to do that, end quote. Claressa did try to keep her cool and not really say anything, but she wasn't about to let the internet believe that she was running scared because of Remy Ma, so she took the Twitter and said, quote, I can't believe a 45-year-old woman is crashing out like this clown behavior, end quote. Baby Remy Ma clapped back so quick like she was waiting for Claressa to come out and play. She clapped back saying that Pat was cheating on her, quote, I'm not 45 yet, but you are 29 and I'll just say this, you're not aging like wine again, though I'm not your enemy. Tell your boyfriend to buy you some flowers and gifts. And he didn't answer any of his y'all think I give a listen to me, I do not give a about so much and then it kill me when y'all think that because I respond I give a I don't give a. I be bored responding needing something to do. I done worked out 2 hours straight. The rest of my day is free. I'm on a all fruit damn detox. I don't give a. I'm bored. Don't ever think that because I responded to you that I care, cause I don't give a about you about her about him. I nothing. That's the truth. Cause she also said that she didn't understand why Remy was so mad when she has 2 boyfriends, and she ain't wrong about that. If Remy has a man and Pap gives himself a girl too, what's Remy so hot about? But Remy had more to say. She made another post, this time showing the messages Claressa had sent to Pap about wanting him to buy her gifts and flowers. She said, quote, hey Miss Shields, I am a one boyfriend woman the same way I was a one husband woman. I am a good woman at that, hence why MFS just womat an. I know you said you feel stupid, but you look stupid too. Hashtag he never knocked anybody out, that was a lie. Hashtag and neither will you, so relax, end quote. Remy was really on something cause ain't nobody could tell her to stop. I mean, all bets were off. Remy was probably just shocked to know that Pap ain't no bum and was surprised to see him move on so quickly with Claressa. And what surprised her the most about it was the fact that she and Claressa were actually cool at one point. Music. Remy posted a video showing how often she and Claressa chatted, and Claressa then posted a screenshot showing that Remy was actually a fan of hers and reached out back in 2020. Then Papoose joined the chat again, posting a picture of Remy Ma cozying up with Easy to Block Captain, and said that Remy would rather be with that big mouth on Christmas than home with their daughter, but she quickly clapped back and said it was lies and that she was there for her daughter. Remy was probably there in the morning for her family, but at night she needed to get a little something Something for herself if you know what I mean, and then she made gift for too long. I begged Papoose to put out something to stop the narrative, and he kept telling me to stay quiet and that's the best way to do things. Well, I'm tired, oh, and he said he would never F you cause you ugly, but don't worry, I saw everything, now the world going to see it since you so tough, boo, end quote. But as one last shot, Remy revealed intimate details about the way Pap likes to get down, quote, Papoose, one more thing. Since you want to put out lies for the media, can you let them know that you like your played with while your legs behind your head, end quote. Me, after all these years that Remy M and Papo finally done call it quits, that man got sick of her, like, ma'am, I sat here all this time and waited on you as a man, cause you know that's what women do, that's what women would wait on you, but man, after you got sentenced, matter of fact before you even got sentenced, men move on and they be having about 5, 6, 7, 10 women lined up quick, but this man waited on you while you was load up, they wouldn't let you out, and I'm talking about he got him a little tender, sis is young pretty, she got her own thing going on, so it ain't like it's one of these little fans or nothing, baby, you up against something, yeah. And you hurt now. If you probably was the one in the relationship that was the abusive one, you probably was mental abuse, that man probably was real chill, you probably did him real dirty behind closed doors, and he stuck in the paint and stayed with you while you did him dirty, but now it's over with, baby. Karma is something else, yeah, karma, matter of fact it ain't even karma, it's just that man know his worth and he leaving you where you stand at back there, yeah, ain't no more us, baby. Take that ring off, take it off, baby, take it off. This whole thing has been one big mess, cause even when they said Papoose's new BA was a boxer, who would have thought that it was someone as accomplished as Clarissa Shields, and for her to get involved in this ain't a good look at all. She posted a video of herself practicing her moves, saying that she could in public. Remy has anger issues, and from the way she went up on the net, it really looks like this Clarissa and Papoose thing has been messing with her mind for a while now, and Remy revealing Pap's preferences in the bedroom as a get back is such a loser move she lost, and there's nothing more sad than saying Remy ma crashing out like that. You know something else, I'm an equal opportunity offender, and if I come across a situation where a woman is a narcissist, I'm going to point that out as well. So while we're on the topic, Remy M, clearest case of a female narcissist, because girl, you literally were walking around with a whole man going to rap battles. This man, his rap opponents are eating you up because everybody knows that you're cheating, but we didn't want to say nothing because out of respect for the marriage, and we were just going to kind of wait, and especially since Papoose wasn't saying nothing, so we wasn't trying to say nothing either. But if y'all haven't heard, Papo is sitting the record straight and basically saying that now that he's moved on and he's found himself somebody, now she got a problem, that is narcissism. Okay, I'm always gonna be a supporter of women, but I'm gonna. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that's been buzzing around social media, the blogs, and basically all over the gossip scene in the city. You know the type, the kind of story that makes everyone pull out their popcorn and just watch it unfold. So buckle up, because we're diving into the Remy Ma and Papoose situation, and trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. First, let's set the stage. If you haven't been keeping up with the gossip pages, yes, those sites that post every little text message and screenshot you could imagine, here's the gist. Recently, some text messages leaked where Papoose was calling Remy Ma out. Now, before we go any further, let me just say this. Calling someone out isn't inherently a bad thing. Sometimes you have to call things out for what they are. Life isn't always neat and tidy, and it certainly isn't fair. But what happens when the dynamics between two people are complicated, messy, and fueled by narcissism? That's what makes this story so fascinating, and honestly a little exhausting to watch. Now, speaking of narcissism, this is an interesting aspect of the whole situation. A lot of people tend to think of narcissists as male, but the truth is, female narcissists exist just as much as male narcissists. It's just that male narcissists are more often diagnosed, while many female narcissists fly under the radar. And let me tell you, the behaviors can be just as toxic and manipulative, no matter the gender. So when we look at the situation between Remy Ma and Papoose, it's really an example of how messy relationships can get when narcissism, loyalty, and betrayal collide in a very public space. Now, let's rewind a little and talk about the beginning of their situation after the news broke. According to what's been reported, Papoose was literally showing up every single day. Not once, not occasionally, but every single day. For context, when you're in a maximum security environment, or let's just call it a place where visitation is highly regulated, you typically have a visit scheduled every day during the week, and then possibly a visit over the weekend. So imagine the dedication it takes to show up day after day. It's not just a casual thing. It's hours of travel, coordinating schedules, and making sure you're present. This wasn't a casual commitment. This was a full-on effort, and Papoose reportedly did exactly that. He was there every day for the first year, making the effort to maintain contact and stay connected. Think about that. Depending on traffic, that could easily be a 45-minute to an hour drive one way. That's 2 hours on the road just to see someone. And he didn't do it once or twice. He did it consistently, showing up as a supportive partner in what could only be described as a really trying time. Eventually, like many relationships and circumstances, the frequency of visits decreased a bit. He was coming maybe 3 times a week, but even then, that's still significant. Many people would have given up entirely, but he kept showing up. This paints a picture of loyalty that is almost rare in today's world. Here's where things get really interesting. Remy Ma reportedly had high hopes that Papoose would be the partner who would stick around and fight for her, no matter what. And in fairness, he did exactly that. He stayed loyal through everything, demonstrating patience, understanding, and support. But here's the kicker. Despite all that, she didn't respond in kind. In fact, according to the commentary from gossip pages, Remy's actions didn't necessarily reflect the loyalty that Papoose was showing. Some even argue that she dogged him, meaning she failed to appreciate or reciprocate the support he gave her. And when you think about it, that's a narrative we see over and over in relationships where one partner is significantly more invested than the other. Loyalty and support don't always guarantee the same energy in return, and in publicized relationships, it's magnified for everyone to see. One quote that really stood out from the gossip commentary said something along the lines of, "Papoose is probably the only man in history that women fully support in situations like this." That's a strong statement, but when you look at the context, it makes sense. Loyalty, especially public loyalty, is rare. When someone stays by their partner's side through all the mess, all the drama, all the ups and downs, it tends to get noticed. And yet, the irony here is palpable. Remy Ma had a man who was fully committed, and the perception, according to the gossip, is that she didn't meet him at that same level. Now let's talk about the reactions from the public. Social media was ablaze with commentary. Some people were shocked, some were angry, some were supportive of Papoose, and others were critical of Remy Ma. The texts that were leaked didn't help either. They painted a very personal and intimate picture of the back and forth between the two. It's one of those moments where the private becomes public, and suddenly millions of people feel like they have a right to weigh in on a personal relationship. Here's where it gets deeper. The situation also highlights a broader discussion about how society views men and women in relationships, particularly in the context of loyalty and support. Often men are expected to be stoic, to endure, and to stick it out no matter what. When they do, it's sometimes celebrated. But when women don't reciprocate in the same way, the narrative becomes complicated. In this case, the public seems to have rallied behind Papoose because he represents a kind of unwavering commitment that people feel is increasingly rare. It's a fascinating lens into gender dynamics, expectations, and how we publicly evaluate private actions. Another layer to consider is the concept of calling it out. Papoose reportedly called out behavior that he found concerning. Now, this isn't about shaming someone publicly for the sake of attention. It's about recognizing patterns and addressing them. In relationships, this can be a tricky line to walk. You want to maintain respect, loyalty, and understanding, but at the same time,